I wanted to answer this question because there's a little bit of unpacking to do, something I can offer. And I think there's probably a lot of people that are asking this that maybe just aren't saying it out loud. So the question is, what about the accountability to the evildoers that have been in power? And here's what I would like to offer. First and foremost, that is between them and God, not between them and us. Secondly, I'd like to say that accountability, punishment, vengeance, whatever you want to call it, holding someone's feet to the fire, that doesn't heal humanity. Love and forgiveness heals humanity. Acts of holding someone accountable to in some way only feeds the ego. It doesn't offer healing. Now, I'm not saying that everybody just gets a free pass, but I am saying that can we have the faith, the trust in God consciousness as the ultimate deciding factor, and how quickly we can move into forgiveness so that we can move forward is going to be an important part of how we heal humanity together. So here are some ways to look at this. There are people that have been in some form of perceived power that have done certain things that have literally just played a role. It's just the role they came here to play at the higher self level. All of that is known. Very similar to how in our personal journeys, many of us had narcissistic parents or abusive parents or some other kind of thing where we weren't treated the way we should have been treated. And we understand with the work that we do that we are able to offer forgiveness and compassion to all parties because they were playing a role. So there are people at that level. There are people also at the level where they took their role way too far and they have diluted and downgraded their DNA and their connection to their own God source consciousness or their Christed consciousness from within themselves, that they will need to leave the planet and return back to source for re-encryption. That is what's going to happen with them. Then there is a third sort of collective of what you may call the evildoers that will be granted clemency. And that is through negotiations, conversations with the higher self, that if their DNA is still able to come back online and they are able to relieve themselves of their previous versions of self and move into the collective healing of humanity through service work or whatever, that clemency will be granted to them to infiltrate back into society and come through the ascension. So again, the most important piece here is, and it's going to come out louder and louder, considerably louder in the next coming months, is how is humanity going to react and how quickly can we move into faith and forgiveness? Because looking for accountability, punishment, vengeance, fairness, again, holding someone's feet to the fire, that is not how humanity heals. So we're really going to begin to see the capacity that humanity has as we move forward. And I'm not saying that having the initial reactions that people are going to have when disclosure really starts to ramp up is not a fair and just reaction to be angry and perhaps say things and be in that space for a few days, but how quickly we can organically move from the shock, the awe, the anger, the sadness, the grief, and move into faith and forgiveness is going to be the most important part. And for those of us that have a high ability of being able to do that as the leaders, as the way showers, the front runners, the light workers, however you want to choose to label yourself, we are going to be the ones that set the example. We are going to be the holders of the space that say to society, to our friends, to our neighbors, yes, yes, this is true. This is what happened. You're entitled to feel the way you feel. Don't get stuck there. Continue to process it and become that example of forgiveness. There's still a lot of collective humanity healing that needs to happen, and that doesn't come from accountability. So I hope that this helps for those that haven't asked the question or perhaps have asked and not gotten an answer. Until next time.